Inbound season is upon us, everybody, so get ready because Inbound 2025 will bring together, once again, the brightest minds in marketing, sales, and AI to explore what's now and what's next. The event is taking place September 3rd to 5th at the Moscone Center in San Francisco, and this 3-day experience features inspiring keynotes, tactical breakout sessions, exclusive product reveals, and immersive workshops. You can network with industry leaders and gain actionable insights to implement immediately for your company. The speakers we got on the docket are great this year. We got Amy Poehler, Marquez Brownlee, Sean Evans, Glennon Doyle, and many others. You're not going to want to miss it. You can go to inbound.com/register to secure your spot at Inbound 2025. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, July 2nd. I'm John Weigell with Juliet, Bennett, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. Are you one of the 37% of American adults not getting enough sleep? Today, we're diving into 8 Sleep's new Pod 5 system, which is a $6,000 AI-powered sleep solution that promises a good night of sleep. So what's the sleep economy like nowadays, and is the system worth the big price tag? We're going to dive deep into that main story right now. So today, we're talking about sleep. There's been some advancements in the sleep tech industry, and it seems like it's booming right now. So Juliet, can you talk to me a bit about what exactly is going on in the sleep tech industry and why they want to charge people a lot of money to go to bed?
Oh, just everything. Everything is happening. This is a pretty big industry. I found a lot of numbers on it. They truly did range from like in the millions to in the billions as to what the size of this market is worth.
Wow. Okay.
Depending on whether you're talking about sleep products on the whole, which may include gummies and melatonin and THC drinks, or if you're just talking about tech, which is like wearables. But it's a big industry and it's growing because we're all exhausted. The latest CDC data I could find was from 2022, which said about 37% of U.S. adults are not getting enough sleep. And wow, I can only imagine
why that could be.
What it's like now in the year 2025, where things have gotten so much less stressful, right? I'm sure we are all sleeping even worse than before. So given that sleep and drinking enough water are like the 2 most important things that doctors are like, if you can't do anything else, could you at least please do this for your health? They have so many ramifications. So people are really trying to hack the very simple concept of sleep by essentially optimizing their bedrooms and optimizing everything they can to try to get a peaceful, restful 8 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of manifested in a lot of ways, as you were saying up top. That kind of manifested in, better pillows, more THC drinks, more bedtime gummies. But it's also kind of manifested into a big tech way in terms of things that help you sleep easier. So can we talk about that, the kind of advanced tech option for sleeping better?
So the most advanced and most expensive sleep option I could find, aside from like extended stays at sleep hotels, which do exist, is this sleeping system by a company called 8 Sleep. This company is not new, but it just launched a few new things. And one of those things is Pod 5, which is billing as the first fully immersive sleep system. It is not a bed. You might think, it's a bed, right? No, it's several $1,000s, but it's not a bed. You have to bring your own bed, okay? This is just accoutrement. This is just accessories to add to your bed. But they're very interesting. And now, as with everything, they are AI powered. So if you want the full sleep system, you will get a hydro powered mattress cover that automatically adjusts temperature. And, if you're talking about a queen size blanket, it's going to do that on both sides. So if you're a couple and one of you is always hot and one of you is always cold, it will adjust to your preferences, which is ideal.
Wow. There's
also a base for your mattress that can change elevation. So for example, if it detects that you're snoring, it's going to raise your head up a little bit to open up your airways and improve your breathing.
This is so funny.
New to the system is a temperature-controlled blanket. It is much like the mattress cover. They sync together, only, now it's more immersive, I guess. You're fully burritoed in the system.
Wow.
And surround sound speakers integrated into the base that can play a variety of things for you, including white noise, brown noise, soothing sounds, and guided meditations developed in partnership with neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman.
Wow.
So a lot.
Okay.
And on top of all of this, there are sensors embedded in the cover that are going to be tracking everything about you as you sleep, your heart rate, breathing, sleep stages, and more. So it's going to be detecting things about you and making automatic adjustments depending on what's going on. So let's say you only want to listen to white noise for X amount of time. You can program that. It'll know that. It'll turn it off for you. And then it can wake you up by gently adjusting the temperature and maybe playing you some soothing noises and also vibrating, apparently. So instead of a blaring alarm, you have this very gentle wake cycle.
Interesting.
Just as nature intended, except it's not nature at all. It is $6,000 worth of tech.
Wow.
Because to have this entire system, you will need to spend over $6,000 plus an annual subscription that starts at $199 per year. Now, if you just want the cover and the hub that powers the cover, that's more like $3,000. But the whole thing, $6,000 plus the subscription.
It's $6,000. Plus, they had to sneak the annual subscription in there. That's how they do it.
Of course.
Of course.
Because you've got the app that has all your sleep data, so you know exactly when you were in REM. Yes.
Oh, God, horrible. Yeah, okay. This is fascinating because we've talked about on the show before there being a big interest in sleep lately, right? Like the sleep hotels you mentioned. Like
Right.
sleep vacations. Gen Z, Gen Alpha wants to sleep more. We get that. We understand that. Seems like all of these things that were mentioned that come in this package could be purchased individually via other things. So like, you know, your sleep tracking, Apple Watch, Oura Ring, I guess surround sound speakers you could buy on your own, temperature control blanket, I'm sure you can get that somewhere. It seems like they're kind of batching every component that somebody would buy in order to get a really, really, really knockout night of sleep and just kind of packaging them together and charging $6,000 for them. There is some pretty interesting technology in here.
Right.
Like the dual heating and cooling. I feel like that's kind of new.
I like that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And like moving your head when it feels like it needs to move your head is interesting. But is it worth it? It seems like a lot of bells and whistles. Some things maybe you can get alternatively outside of this. Some things that are a bit unique. But what are the reviews like? Do people like this? How's it going for them?
So this new system is very new, and there are not very many comprehensive reviews because there have not been very many nights of sleep to be had with it.
Sure.
But I will say that all the reviews I have found of previous systems with the mattress cover and the base have been overwhelmingly positive. In fact, there is a great review in The Verge from Victoria Song where she actually hates how much she likes the bed because it costs so much money. She's like, this is great and terrible. So I think, yes, I think people like this system. But I also think, do you need this system? Well, are you a high performance athlete training for the Olympics? Are you Brian Johnson or someone else who's like trying to biohack everything in your life? Then maybe not. I think you could probably do with a Fitbit that tells you if you got a good night's sleep to see how you're doing. And maybe a few upgrades to your mattress, your bedding. A sleep mask, I think, goes a really long way.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
For me, there's no optimization that could happen without somehow also optimizing my cat, which is the largest barrier to my sleep. So I think you have to consider, is my lifestyle the kind of lifestyle that would benefit from this? Me? No. What is this bed going to do? Make my cat calm down? Obviously not. He is still going to party at 3 a.m., a pointless endeavor.
Listen, there could be a feature to cradle that cat eventually. Cat mouth tape, I hear you could try that.
Yeah, some soothing bird noises.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like reviews are generally positive by tech reviewers.
Right.
But I guess people, though, are interested to spend more on sleep, as we kind of noted previously, because once again, the sleep mask, the mouth tape, the better pillows, people are investing in this. And it seems like they're investing a lot in it.
They're investing more than you would think, but not $6,000. So a CNET survey found that U.S. adults would be willing to spend an average of $78 a month, which comes out to about $936 annually to improve their sleep. However, you know, when you think about that figure, you subtract the subscription fee to the 8 Sleep pod, you would pay off the 8 Sleep in about 8 years. That's how long. Basically, this is the amount of money you're willing to spend. Sure. And then my question is, in 8 years, is this still a company that supports this app, that supports all this tech? Or now are we on to, you know, Sleep Pod 11 with all the new bells and whistles that you really want to, you know, now you got to spend an extra $10,000.
Right. Are we all just going to be in like sensory deprivation tanks after a few years? That's true. But, you know, in those 8 years, you probably look like 3 years younger from all the sleep you're getting, maybe.
Yeah. I think if you hydrated and had a good sleep, it would probably be beneficial to you. I don't know if you need this much. It's kind of like, I think we've even talked about this before. Instagram started showing me these videos of people shedding, morning shed, it was called. These people that put on the mouth tape, but then also a bunch of like weird masks and heatless curlers and spray themselves with magnesium spray and then like have like a sleepy girl mocktail. Listen, I hate all of it. And yet I watched like 20 of them. I was like, what are these people doing? And then I found some posts from dermatologists who were like, yeah, most of this is unnecessary. You do not need to cocoon yourself in hydrating layers to have good skin. This is a little much. And I think maybe this bed for the average person is a little much, unless, you know, you really are someone who sleeps with someone who snores constantly and who has a vastly different temperature range than you, then perhaps it would be worth the spend to get your spouse to shut the heck up and to stop stealing your blanket. I don't know, but I think it's just kind of an interesting example of how far people will go to have an ideal sleep. And probably a good boon for all of the other startups here who have more affordable products, whether that's a side sleeper headphone, sleep tracking wearables. I don't know. I like a good melatonin gummy every once in a while.
Yeah. So listen, everybody has their things. This is just the highest end thing that you could possibly purchase to get a decent night of sleep. And I don't imagine many will purchase it, but I do imagine that there will be a select few that will go out there and look for something like this. So it is an interesting option. I think we'll see how the tech progresses in the years to come. And I don't know, who knows, maybe this will be like just the standard for everybody in 10 or 20 years.
Yeah, I would go to a sleep hotel that had this bed and sleep in it for one night. I would do that.
Yeah, I would try it out for a night. Yeah, that'd be nice, actually. Yeah, good field trip.
And then if I woke up feeling amazing, I'd be really disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you for tuning into the Hustle Daily Show, everybody. We will be dark for the rest of the week for the 4th of July holiday, so enjoy your holiday. We will be back on Monday. We're a proud part of HubSpot Media. Our editor is Robert Hartwig, and our executive producer is Darren Clark. We've got a lot more tech and business coverage in our newsletter. If you're not subscribed, go sign up at thehustle.co/email and follow us on Instagram at thehustledaily. We'll see you later. Okay, look, side hustles fail when they consume all of your time. I mean, every single bit of it. The pros, though, work smarter with AI doing all the heavy lifting. To help you out, we just dropped the Side Hustle Accelerator database. You can search your exact problem for your side hustle, grab the perfect prompt, and get results. If you're struggling with marketing, content, and customer service, it's all solved in just seconds. This isn't just another tool, guys. It's your unfair advantage in a spreadsheet. So stop asking AI the wrong questions and start scaling with what actually works. You can get it for free in the link in our show notes. And you can stop right now, actually. Why don't you take a look down at those show notes and tap the link? You don't want to sleep on this.